Hi and welcome to today's video. We will be talking about earthquakes. As you know, in Japan we had an earthquake on February 13th that had a 7.3 magnitude. I remember that night because I was just playing video games when my phone and my husband's phone just suddenly went off. I don't know if you have ever heard what that sounds like, but it's basically the kind of sound you would imagine if you were in a sci-fi film on a spaceship about to explode. Okay, so it is said that the earthquake that happened on February 13th, 2021 was actually an aftershock of the earthquake that happened in 2011 on March 11th, when there was also the tsunami and the nuclear reactors, and so many people died and were injured, and so many people lost their homes. And there is still a huge sense of loss, a huge sense of just pain and grief, and it has only been 10 years. The fact that we had an aftershock 10 years later for us may seem like a long time. It is a decade. I was 22 when that happened. Now I'm 32. So personally, it does feel like a lot of time has happened, but if we put it into perspective, it was the blink of an eye. Last December, I decided that I would buy an emergency kit. Something that if there was an earthquake or another natural disaster or a man-made disaster, that we would be able to remain safe and to have food and to have anything and everything we needed. So I just bought a kit from Amazon. I had bought one about 5 years ago approximately. That was only for one person, and strangely enough, I have never opened it. I haven't opened it, so it is quite small. It's quite tiny. It includes a helmet, a hard helmet. It has some bottled water, which is half a liter, that it's supposed to hold up to 5 years. So this might not be good enough. There is also some rice, and you just have to add either hot water or even cold water, and that should be able to sustain you and give you some food and some nutrition. There are 10 face masks, but I mean, after the pandemic, everyone has masks. But if you are in a position where you do not, I have 10 masks here. Later we also have a one of those how do you call that? It's like a multi-use knife. So it can be a knife, it can be a can opener. I don't know how it's called. I think you know what I mean. I will insert a picture. We have a radio light. So basically it's an FM radio, and it is also a light, a torch that you just put batteries in, which I included, thank you, to remain safe and if you are without power. There's also a one of those blankets, one of those aluminum blankets that are supposed to retain heat. And finally there's a bag, so I like a tote bag, one of those made out of cloth, so in case we are able to get something or we might need to go out, and in order to procure something we would have the bag. I think I am most concerned with the fact that there's only one bottle and that it is only like 50 milliliters, which is half a liter. So that at the time might have saved my life if something had happened, but it wouldn't have lasted me very long. Also the rice the food was only like 2 meals, so it would probably have only lasted me 1 or 2 days. Then this December I bought a bigger pack that is for 2 people, for my husband and I, if something were to happen. And I want to be looking at that because that was way more expensive and hopefully way more complete. First of all, we have this one I did open, so we will be able to look at. Oh, this is like an air mat. So basically you add air and it becomes like a mattress, like an air mattress. And it can hold up to 250 kilos, which is good. I mean, it's only for 1 person. It looks pretty tiny in the picture, but it is better than sleeping on the floor, because sleeping on the floor, I mean, it not only it is dirty and you could get sick from it, but also for insulation. Later we have a water tank. So this basically is something that would hold up to 10 liters of water. That is great. And it also has like a little how would you call it, like a sink, not a sink, something that you would pull it and then the water would come out. So yeah, this is actually pretty good, and because you can fold it, it is very easy to bring with you. Awesome. Then we have a second air mattress, which is good because it's for 2 people. We have a multi-rescue light. So this is again a torch. This would be like an LED light. It has FM and AM radio, an SOS alarm, mobile battery. Oh yeah, so it does come with battery, which is good. It can be connected to your smartphone, and it is waterproof, which is great. I will not open it because I don't want to I don't want any of the parts to get lost in case this needs to be used. But yeah. Later we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bottles of water. Each bottle is, oh, it can hold up to 7 years, and it holds again 500 milliliters. So it is, all in all, if it's 6, so it's like 3 liters of water that hold up to 7 years, which is very good. Later, what is this? Oh wow, this is heavier.
1 eternity later.
So I have a list of the things so that I don't have to open everything. So the things that, there's a big cardboard box inside. So the things that are here that I will not be able to show are a bag. It is one of those bags that have like a thing to roll so that you don't have to carry it on your back. Inside I will be able to find rice. So it is with dry curry or pilaf or gomoku gohan, which basically has some egg, it has some mushrooms. And for these, let's see, you can use it only with water. You just have to wait a little bit longer, but ideally it would be with hot water, which would help with the flavor a bit, and it would help keep you warm. We have cookies. Those cookies hold up to 7 years. We have a safety toilet. Okay, so we can use this safety toilet. It's like a toilet that you bring with you up to 5 times. I don't know what it means by that. I guess it means that it has like 5 bags. So yeah, in case you need to use the bathroom and you do not have one, you have a temporary one here. A guard poncho. I guess this is again one of those like aluminum blankets in order to keep safe. Editor's note, I was a little bit flustered, but actually the poncho was something else and I was confusing it with the aluminum sheets, which were also in the package. a blue sheet. A blue sheet is, I see this a lot actually on picnics. So it's something that you put on the floor in order again to keep warm, to keep insulated so that you don't get cold from the ground. So yeah, again, it's another torch. This one is way smaller, and it can hold from 10 to 12 hours. Then we have just cloths, clean cloth in case there's an injury, so that you can keep the injury clean. You can just press that against the injury. There are masks. It doesn't 4 masks. The other one had 10. This one has 4. Later we have band-aids. They are the things that you use to clean your ears. The Q-tips. Q-tips? You call them Q-tips? Well, we have those. We have one of those wet tissues that you can throw in on the toilet. We have wet tissues that you cannot throw on the toilet. Then other than the aluminum blankets, which we have 2, we also have something that will cover you from the, it says guard poncho. I thought it was the aluminum blanket, but it's not. Oh, I see. It is when you want to use the bathroom, you can use that to cover yourself. That is very interesting. Thank you, privacy. Then we have gloves, one of those gloves that will prevent you from slipping. And we have, it's not a booklet, it would be more like an instruction manual. So it will tell you what to do, the things that you have, the must-haves. You have a list of must-haves. How the emergency numbers. So if there's a natural emergency, call this number. So in Japan it's 171. And here's the information where you would write your name, the name of your family members, and important information such as your blood type. So yes, that is everything that I have. I can say for sure that I am happy that I bought the more complete version, not the smaller one that I had. That one only has 1 bottle of water, although it does have a helmet. This one doesn't have a helmet. And it has 10 reusable masks, whereas this one has 4. All in all, that one is older, so the water, I don't even think it's good. But all in all, I do think that it is good to have both. You can never have too much safety when it comes to natural disasters. Please keep safe, and please have a kit like this at home. It doesn't have to be the one I have, but I will link it down in the description below so that you know the one that I have. If you know someone who doesn't have it, and you can either remind them to buy one or even give it as a gift. They might not really appreciate it until they need to use it, and hopefully they will never have to use it. Take care, and I will see you soon. Bye!